Port Charles is about to explode. A gun gets pointed. A lawsuit gets filed. A woman collapses after learning the truth about her own son. And the week of June 8th on General Hospital may just be one of the most jaw-dropping stretches of episodes we've seen all year. Welcome back, General Hospital fans. If you thought last week was intense, buckle up because the preview footage for June 8 through 12 is already sending shock waves through the fandom, and there is a lot to unpack. We've got multiple storylines colliding at once. Long-buried secrets finally clawing their way to the surface, and at least one moment that looks like it could change everything for one of Port Charles's most beloved characters. Let's break it all down. We're going to start where the weekly promo starts at what appears to be a baby shower for Portia Robinson, played by the incredibly talented Brooke Kerr. Baby showers are supposed to be joyful, celebratory, full of champagne and little onesies. This one not so much. The moment Curtis Ashford, played by Donald Turner, walks through that door alongside Jordan Ashford, Tanisha Harper, the mood shifts immediately. Isaiah Gannon, played by Sawi Wilson, is already there with Porsche, and the second these four people are in the same room, the smiles disappear. The tension is suffocating. There is serious bad blood here, and whatever happened to Pai's characters has clearly not been forgiven or forgotten. And then Isaiah drops a bomb. He turns to Porsche, who already looks like she'd rather be anywhere else on Earth, and tells her that he's decided to take Curtis to court. He's suing him right there at the baby shower. The audacity, the timing, the sheer drama of it. This is General Hospital at its absolute finest. Curtis, to his credit, doesn't fall apart. He moves quickly. The preview shows him turning to Alexis Davis, played by the legendary Nancy Lee Grahn, and asking her to represent him in the case. Now, if you know Alexis, you know she is one of the sharpest legal minds in Port Charles. And having her in your corner is about the best outcome Curtis could hope for. Isaiah may have started the fight, but Curtis just made a very smart move. Whether it's enough to win this lawsuit, well, that's what we'll be watching all week to find out. Now, let's shift over to a storyline that has been building for months and is finally reaching its boiling point. We're talking about Cassius Fasson, the man fans know better as the fake Nathan West, played by Ryan Pavey, and the absolutely explosive confrontation he has this week with WSB director Ross Cullum, played by Andrew Hawk. Cassius is outraged, and that's putting it mildly. In the preview, he gets right in Cullum's face and demands answers. "You kidnapped my mother to take Britt's place." Those words hit like a freight train. He's not confused. He's not asking calmly. He is furious, and rightly so, because here's the situation. Liesl Orr, played by the irreplaceable Kathleen Gaddy, has been kidnapped and taken to the Windermere prison cell. The same cell where Jocelyn Jack's Eden McCoy's character is currently being held. The WSB apparently orchestrated this to use Liesl as some kind of replacement for Britt West, Kelly Thabow's character. It's a cold, calculated move that has Cassius seething. And then comes the moment we've all been waiting for. After confronting Cullum, Cassius walks into that prison cell and comes face-to-face with Liesl Auber herself, the woman who is by all accounts his biologic mother, though she may not know the full truth yet. This is why General Hospital, after more than 6 decades on the air, remains the gold standard of American daytime drama. It doesn't let up, it doesn't coast. Every week it finds new ways to remind you why you've been watching for years, or why, if you're just discovering it, you won't be able to stop. The writing, the performances, the way storylines intersect and pay off. This week is a perfect example of all of it firing at once. Make sure you're subscribed and have your notifications turned on so you don't miss our daily breakdowns of every single episode this week. Drop your predictions in the comments. Do you think Sidwell shoots Lucas? Will Liesl survive learning the truth about Cassius? And is Curtis walking away from that lawsuit or heading straight into the biggest legal fight of his life? We want to hear from you. We'll see you in port. Kirsten Storms won't return to General Hospital. The full story. She played Maxie Jones for over 2 decades. She survived recast threats, personal health battles, and years of fan devotion. But now, for the first time, it looks like Kirsten Storms may genuinely be walking away from General Hospital, and the reasons go far deeper than anyone expected. General Hospital has been a cornerstone of American daytime television since 1963, and few characters have become as deeply embedded in the fabric of Port Charles as Maxie Jones. Kirsten Storms first stepped into that role back in 1999, and with the exception of a brief period between 2011 and 2012, she's been the face of Maxie ever since. That's more than 20 years of storylines, romances, heartbreaks, and Emmy-caliber performances. So when Storms took to Instagram in 2026 to post a 4-page handwritten note titled, "Update again, this topic is difficult to address, but here we go," fans knew something significant was about to be revealed, and they were right. But to fully understand what's happening now, we need to go back to the beginning of what has been by any measure one of the most turbulent periods of Kirsten Storms' personal life. The trouble began escalating throughout 2025 and carried full force into 2026. Storms, who's been open with fans on social media, began sharing a series of alarming updates about her personal circumstances. She documented claims that her Los Angeles apartment had been broken into, not once, but on multiple occasions. She also alleged that her iCloud account and home Wi-Fi had been hacked, raising serious concerns about her privacy and personal security. For someone already dealing with health challenges, Storms has publicly discussed living with a brain aneurysm. These violations felt deeply threatening. Then came the legal developments that sent shock waves through the soap opera community. In late April of this year, Storm's ex-husband Brandon Barash filed an emergency restraining order. Barash, best known to soap fans as Stefan Dara and Jake Diarra on Days of Our Lives, and as Johnny Zakara on General Hospital, alleged in his filing that Storms had told him she was, quote, experiencing delusions and hallucinations, and that she did not believe she should have custody of their daughter Harper Rose for her scheduled parenting time. The filing focused on the well-being of their 12-year-old daughter. The situation became even more complicated when an online story circulated, suggesting Storms had reported her apartment break-in only after Barash filed his emergency order, an implication that some read as her making a counter-accusation. Storms pushed back on that narrative directly in her Instagram note. She made clear that she had reported the break-ins to both police and her building management when they occurred, well before Barash's filing in April. She even pointed fans to photos of a broken apartment door lock that she had posted on Instagram months earlier as evidence. She acknowledged that she waited before sharing those images publicly, but insisted that the official reports were filed long before the custody dispute became public. This is a woman trying to hold her story together in the face of public scrutiny, while simultaneously managing what appears to be an extraordinarily painful private ordeal. And through all of it, her daughter Harper Rose has remained at the center of every decision she makes. "My daughter is my entire life," Storms wrote in her Instagram note. "She is and always will be my first priority." Those words carry enormous weight when you understand the full context of what she's been navigating. Now here's where General Hospital fans need to pay close attention. Near the end of that same Instagram note, Storms dropped the bombshell. She does not feel comfortable returning to Los Angeles to resume work on the show. She described the realization that her apartment and privacy had been violated as deeply upsetting. She noted that moving from Los Angeles to Tennessee as a single mother, already a significant undertaking for anyone, while managing a brain aneurysm was difficult enough. The added trauma of feeling unsafe in her own home has pushed her to a point where returning to the production environment in LA simply doesn't feel viable right now. She framed it thoughtfully, citing what she called recent evidence of the downside of her profession. That phrase is layered. It speaks not just to the physical danger she experienced, but to the very real cost of public life, the exposure, the scrutiny, the way personal pain gets amplified when your name is known. For Storms, a woman who has given an enormous portion of her life to a beloved character, this is an extraordinarily difficult place to arrive at. So what does this mean for Maxie Jones? This is where things get genuinely interesting for General Hospital fans. The show has a long history of recasting roles, and Maxie is one of the most central characters in Port Charles. She is linked romantically and emotionally to Nathan West's legacy, to Spinelli, to the Spencer family, to the Quartermaines. Her absence creates a significant gap in multiple ongoing storylines. Show producers are not going to leave that space empty indefinitely. General Hospital spoilers are already hinting that while Storms may not be returning anytime soon, Maxie Jones absolutely will be seen in Port Charles. The question on everyone's lips is, are they bringing in a recast? What is clear is that Kirsten Storms deserves nothing but compassion and support as she navigates this chapter. She has been transparent with fans at great personal cost. She has fought publicly to correct narratives she believed were unfair, and through all of it she has kept her child at the center of her world. That's not a character arc, that's real life. And real life, as every soap fan knows, is sometimes more dramatic and more painful than anything a writer's room could create. General Hospital will move forward, it always does. Port Charles will keep spinning, the Quartermaines will keep feuding. And whoever steps into Maxie's shoes will have very big ones to fill. But today the story isn't about what happens on screen. It's about a woman who gave 20+ years to a role and is now for the first time choosing herself and her daughter first. And honestly, that's exactly what Maxie Jones herself would do. We'll keep watching, we'll keep hopping for Kirsten Storms, and we'll be here with every update as the story continues to develop. Make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss